What's up, guys? Welcome to Among the Fence. My name is Aaron. It is time for New Music Friday. I'm going to be taking a look at some of the new releases and the albums that are going to be coming out throughout the week of April 22nd. Going to give my thoughts and opinions on what I think that we could expect from some of these albums. And if you're looking for any singles, don't worry. I'm only doing albums on New Music Friday, and all the singles will be on the weekly track review that comes out on Monday. So like Architects and bands like that are dropping stuff throughout this week will be featured there. Northlane is releasing their new album titled Obsidian. Northlane is honestly a kind of a weird band for me. Like, their singles have been really good, but also, like, again, kind of in a weird way, because I don't normally care for the sound and the synths and stuff that they use. But for some reason, I'm digging it quite a bit. And honestly, I'm not even like that big of a fan of Northlane. Like Alien, their last album, it was all right. I missed the review on it just because I don't know, I just was too busy. I never got around to it. But going back and listening to it, like, it's not anything that I would go out of my way to listen to. But Obsidian, so far, just based off of the 4 singles that are being released, I have pretty high hopes for this album to be really good. And honestly, something that I wouldn't normally listen to, I'm finding myself enjoying it a lot. Bodysnatcher releases their new album, Bleed Abide. This album is going to be super duper heavy. For some reason, I only like half the singles, like, and the other half, I'm just not really into them all that much. I honestly think it's because when I did my review on Paleface just 2 weeks ago, the vocals are very similar and they have the same kind of hardcore vibe, even though it's completely different. Like, deathcore and, you know, beat down music is just completely different. But just the vocals, I don't know why. I think I'm just kind of burnt out on that style after listening to over an hour's worth of Paleface. So when I go into Bodysnatcher and I hear their singles, I'm just like not feeling it. So I'm going to give a little bit of time before I do the review on it. That way I'm not just completely over the sound. I will say that the music in this is really good, though. I really love that deathcore side of them, and that's very, very much appealing to me. Even on the songs that I'm not really all that into, the music is definitely there for it. Caliban is releasing their new album, Dystopia, and I cannot wait for this album to come out. All the singles on it are absolute bangers. The sound is very fresh. It's a breath of fresh air. It's not like the just radio metalcore that most bands are putting out lately. I feel like Caliban might be setting like a new bar, a new standard for metalcore, at least for heavier and just a different sound. Like, they bring a lot of old school riff writing in at very specific times. It sounds just so great, and their melodies are fantastic. The vocals are great. They have different vocalists coming in on different features, and it's just, everything about this is so promising. And I just hope the entire album is just a continuation of what the singles are, and even better. We get a new album from Kill the Lights titled Dead from the Start. This, not even like the singles and stuff, but this band is very confusing to me. They have songs that are very modern, like metalcore sounding. Then they have songs that kind of sound like, I don't know, Trapped or Shine Down. And then they have a song that sounds like Metallica. Then they'll go back to something that's like Kill Switch. And I'm just not really sure what this band is doing. It's like they'll have ballady songs, they'll have stuff that's really heavy and with like distorted vocals and a clean chorus and a breakdown. Then they'll have something that's just kind of thrashy power metal sounding and something from like the 80s. I don't know. It doesn't all sound bad. It's just, like I said, kind of confusing. You don't know what the next song is going to give you. You get pumped on one song and you're hoping that the next one's just going to keep that energy going, and it's something completely different. So yeah, I don't really know what to expect from this album. I just hope that it's good. I hope that they have more heavy moments, and even though they have a lot of different sounds, if they use it properly within the title track setup and layout, it will work. It's just a lot of times it doesn't, because it just feels like it's all just thrown in there in a mess. But if they can get it all set up properly to where it flows up and down really nice, I think it'll be a really good album. We get a new album from Ocean Grove titled Up in the Air Forever. This is a band that I haven't heard about in quite a long time. They've been on my radar for a while, and I've always been kind of confused about the genre of this band. I like new metal, the grunge, hardcore, punk. I'm not really sure. I would say that this album is a little bit more new metal grungy. I guess at least that's what I've heard from what's been released so far. And I'm really digging the laid back vocal style that they're bringing to this album. Their past albums and songs that I've heard have had a little bit more of like a quicker rap style vocal, something you would typically hear from something on like a new metal album. But I'm really digging it because it gives it like a surfer vibe, which is really working for them. And the music sounds really good. It's just, it stands out to me a lot more from their other albums. And when I saw this pop up on my playlist and I went through and I listened to some of their old stuff, I was like, oh yeah, this is what the band sounds like. And when I went to this, it just sounded so fresh. It sounded so good. And that is it for New Music Friday. There's other albums that came out, but I wasn't really too familiar with them, at least not enough to comment on what I think we could expect on if it's going to be good or bad, or if they're changing their sound up or anything. So if there's anything that I missed, leave a comment below. Let me know what it is so I could check it out. Also, while you're down there, let me know what I should review next. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like. And if you want to help support me and my channel, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon. Doing any of that stuff helps me out so much. Even if you just take time out of your day to give me a thumbs down and tell me I suck. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to me talk and watch my video. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day or night whenever you happen to be watching this. And I will talk to you guys next time.
I was trying, ignorant, kid relying on my parents said to save me.